I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, y'all? We back with another video, man. Today, I want to focus on one main topic, but before that, I want to talk about the Jrue Holiday deal that we seen yesterday. So, if you don't know, the Bucks traded for Jrue Holiday this summer for like Eric Bledsoe on a first-round pick, which is a good trade for them because Eric Bledsoe might be one of the most confusing players I've ever seen in my life. But like, he was at a time he was real good. Then he got paid from the Bucks and this was trash. And yeah, they kept him. The Bucks kept Eric Bledsoe instead of keeping Malcolm Brogdon, which was stupid looking back on it. But hey, not to like talk about that too much. But yeah, they traded Eric Bledsoe, which was good for them because the past 2 years in playoffs, Eric Bledsoe was terrible for them, and he was one of the main reasons, other than Coach Budenholzer and Giannis and Chris Middleton not stepping up. He was one of the main reasons why the Bucks couldn't really get over that hump, which was they couldn't beat the Toronto Raptors and they lost against the Heat in like the second round. So they traded him. They got Jrue Holiday, who was a playoff player, one of the most underrated players, not just in this league today, but of all time. Jrue Holiday is that guy. And now Jrue Holiday's on the Bucks, and he started off the season kind of rocky, but like, I understand, new place, new home, and then we're also going through this whole COVID thing. He even got COVID, and he started off the season kind of rocky. But in the month of March, Jrue Holiday has been going crazy. I've seen a thing he was averaging like 26, 8 and 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and he is the point guard of the team. That's why I love it so much. He's the point guard of this team, and now that he's been hooping so much, it was kind of questions. Is he going to go in the summer? Because his contract is up this season. Is he going to go in the summer, or is he going to stay on the Bucks? Well, he's staying on the Bucks. They signed him for $160 million for 4 years. So Jrue Holiday is getting paid $40 million. Now, I've seen a lot of people, and you already knew this was coming. I've seen a lot of people saying for 29-year-old Jrue Holiday, $40 million is too much. That is understandable, but the Bucks are doing what they need to do. They signed Giannis. They signed Chris Middleton. Now they needed one more piece, and that one piece is Jrue Holiday, so they locked him up. Now their big three is locked up for the next 4 or 5 years. So they're good. I don't know if that's going to push them to win the championship because you got to beat this juggernaut Nets team. The 76ers with Dale Morey is always going to get better. They're only going to get better. And you just got to, your players that you signed, they got to perform in the playoffs. Now, I'm not worrying about Jrue Holiday performing in the playoffs. Jrue Holiday carried a team in the playoffs. That series against Portland, Jrue Holiday was the best player in that series, and Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and Anthony Davis was in that series. But Jrue Holiday was by far the best player, locking up Dame and CJ while dropping 40 on their head. He was by far the best player in that series. I'm not worried about them two in the playoffs. I'm worried about Giannis, and I'm worried about Chris, and I'm worried about Mike Budenholzer. Let me tell you why I'm worried about Mike Budenholzer. He has this thing with his stars. He doesn't play his stars minutes. In the regular season, Giannis and Chris Middleton, they'll probably get like 34 minutes a game, which is understandable. In the postseason, they will get the same amount of minutes, especially when they're down. Last year, they were down like 2-1, and they were getting the same 30 to 35 minutes. Even Giannis came out in a press conference and said he's willing to do or play any amount of minutes that Mike Budenholzer gives him. He played 34 minutes that series. Bro, as a star, you're supposed to play like 40-something minutes in the playoffs, especially when you're down. You're supposed to play the whole damn game. Jimmy Butler played the whole damn game. Back then when James Harden was by himself, he played the whole damn game. And I'm not putting that on Giannis, even though Giannis has a big enough voice to step up and say, hey, I'm not going to sit on the bench. Mike Budenholzer just doesn't like playing his teams. And the thing with him is he thinks the same thing that he does in the regular season is going to work in the postseason. It doesn't. Mike Budenholzer always gets outcoached, no matter who's coaching him. Obviously, if the team's worse. So, like, I'm not saying, like, when they face the damn Pacers, like, Nick McMillan was going to outcoach them. No, that's no. But, like, with a team that can actually beat this team, like the Toronto Raptors, like the Celtics when they went on that run a couple years ago, and like the Heat last year. Brad Stevens, Nick Nurse, and Eric Spoelstra. It was so easy. They just outcoached Mike Budenholzer, and that's why they won. Because Mike Budenholzer is he's a regular season coach. You've seen it when he was on the Hawks. He got the Hawks to that one point where they were really good, and then they go to the playoffs. They even had the best record on the season. Go to the playoffs. They lose in like the first or second round to a lower seed. It's just because they're just not that. First of all, that team was not that good to begin with. They had 4 All-Stars, and 2 of them shouldn't even make the All-Star game. But that team was not that good to begin with. And this Mike Budenholzer is just not that great of a coach when it comes to the postseason. So, if they need to get rid of him next, that's their next step for the Bucks. They need to get rid of him next because they're not going to win with him. Second, Chris Middleton, Giannis, they got to step up. They're known for like not playing really well in the playoffs. They put up some similar stats than they do in the regular season, but when it comes to winning playoff games, they haven't really stepped up. Chris Middleton had that one game where he really carried the Bucks, which was a really good game, and I believe that was the game that Giannis came out and scored like 20 in the first quarter, and then twisted his ankle when he was out for the series. So they had a couple good games, but like as far as controlling a series, doing what they do in the regular season, for the past 3 years, the Bucks have been so dominant. This year, they kind of took a step back, which is good for them because they're not known as this juggernaut anymore. But for the past 3 years, they've been so dominant, and they just go to the playoffs and fail. So hopefully, with this addition to Jrue Holiday, they can make a push. Me personally, I feel like they're one piece away now. That piece, I don't know where it can go at. I feel like they got 3 positions locked up. I mean, Jrue Holiday can play the 1 or the 2, so they can go and find a point guard, go and find a shooting guard, but they definitely need a better center. Brook Lopez is not going to cut anymore, but a point guard or a center will work well with this team. Dante DiVincenzo is cool, but I just feel like they need another 4th option, like a consistent 4th option next to Jrue Holiday. What's his name? Chris Middleton and Giannis. Like, if they can go out and get an Evan Fournier this offseason, I don't know how, because Evan Fournier is going to get like $20 million because dude is a scorer. But just like a person in that mold, like that will help them out a lot. But congrats to Jrue Holiday though. He definitely deserves every bit of that money, even though $40 million is a lot. It's a lot. But he definitely deserves money, man. I was hyped to see him get paid. And I'm hyped to see that the Bucks, they're doing what they need to do, man. They locked up their star, they locked up their co-star, and they locked up their next co-star. So I'm happy that they really want to win. If they really, really want to win, fire the coach. You're not going to get there with that coach. You're just not. But my last topic. The Denver Nuggets, bro. Out of the whole trade deadline, and after seeing the teams play a couple games after, I feel like they won the most. And they were already one of my winners in my last episode. They were already one of my winners. But I feel like they won the most, bro. Because I feel like adding Aaron Gordon to this team made this team a championship level team. Like, I think I had this thing where I get too high on things. But I don't think I'm over-exaggerating right now. I think right now, as the Lakers look, I'm kind of scared of my Lakers. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared for my Lakers. Anthony Davis hasn't played basketball like a month or 2. LeBron's supposed to be out for another month. And then the playoffs are coming right away. So you expect these guys to get in playoff shape while they're hurt? Now, hey, maybe they're not hurt. Maybe it's like a little smoke screen. Maybe they're not hurt. But I'm not going to say that. LeBron wants to play basketball so bad. He even said it yesterday. He woke up out of nowhere and he was mad. He wanted to play basketball. So I'm not going to say they're faking this shit. But I'm scared for my Lakers because we're betting on these stars to carry us like they did last year. Because this team right now is not that good enough. Not that good, but when you add those 2 stars, those 2 top 5 players, we're the best team in the league, hands down. But these 2 stars are coming off of real bad injuries. Anthony Davis with that calf injury, we don't know if that was some little Achilles rip or tear. Like, we don't know that. We don't know if LeBron James' ankle injury was worse than it looked. It did look pretty bad. And for him to be out for like a month and a half, it had to be really bad. So for them to be out for that long, and then when they come back, probably 10 games after that, it's playoff time, that's going to be hard. And the fact that we're falling down in the rankings, we're not going to be facing no shitty team. Like, it's not like we're the 1 seed right now. We're falling down. We're probably going to be the 6 seed by the time they come back. The 6 seed, the team we will have to play is the Clippers and the Nuggets as that 3rd seed. I don't want to play them. We're hoping that the Suns or the Jazz going to fall down, but they got some easy ass schedules and they're doing pretty good. So we will have to play the Nuggets or the Clippers. I don't want to play them in the first round, especially when I started just coming back from injury. But just to get back on topic, the Nuggets might be the best team in the West. I feel like the only team that like really worries me for them is the Clippers. Just because like all the stuff that happened last year, they're not gonna let that shit happen twice. And you add Rondo to that team, playoff Rondo. Like Rondo in the regular season, it's so weird. Like he doesn't look that good at all. Then you go to the playoffs, dude's a top 30 player in the fucking league. But that's why people call him playoff Rondo. That's why like everybody wants Rondo when it comes to the playoff time, because he just steps it up out of nowhere. Like last year, bro, he was literally our 3rd best player. Like him in the playoffs is amazing, and then you put him on this Clippers team, a player that they always needed, a floor general to play next to Kawhi and Paul George, take some of the ball handling problems off of them, and it just helps the Clippers team out so much. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from that bench. Marcus Morris, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Luke Kennard has been stepping it up lately, especially Terrence Mann. Ever since they traded Lou Williams, Terrence Mann been averaging like 15 points. I've been watching him, but like I'm loving what I'm seeing from their bench. So I feel like this would be the only challenge for the Nuggets, especially you still got Paul George and Kawhi. I didn't feel like I had to talk about them, but they still have them. So that would be the only challenge for them, and they match up so perfectly. You put a surgery block on Jokic. I'm confident in that, even though you're not going to stop Jokic because he's a superstar. You're not stopping that. Then I'm putting Paul George or Kawhi or Jamal Murray from the jump. Put him on him from the jump, because last year it came out like Pat Bev was guarding Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray was killing Pat Bev. Pat Bev was like 1st team, 2nd team all defense last season, but he was killing him. But then you just put Paul George or Michael Porter Jr. and you just let the rest roll out. But on the other side, you put Aaron Gordon on Kawhi, Michael Porter Jr. on Paul George, and just let the rest roll out. Like I will want that matchup so bad again, but I feel like that's the only competition for the Nuggets at this point. I'm not really that high on the Jazz, bro. I'm not, and it's hard to say that because, bro, Rudy Gobert, that's my dog, that's my guy. I'm just not that high on them, though. I'm not that high on them, and I feel like the Nuggets are by far better than them. They by far better than them. I like the way the Jazz run the ball. I like the way they play, though. Like as far as like you get a 3, chucking it. I love the ball movement. They play some beautiful basketball. They play like the 2015-2016 Warriors. They play that type of basketball. But I don't know if they're that good to beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series. So I'm not even worried about them. Like if the Lakers was to fall to the AFC, hopefully not, because then we gotta play in some damn playing game, and that would just be easy. But yeah, if the Lakers was to fall, that would be an easy series for us. I believe that would be an easy series. That would be like a warm-up series. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm being too disrespectful, but to me the Jazz is not all that. They're not all that. The Suns, maybe the Suns. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the Suns like that. The Suns like that. I love the Suns, bro. Because I love Chris Paul. Look what he's doing. They're 2nd seed. They're not getting talked about. What's pissing me off, they're not getting talked about. They have 2 MVP candidates on their team. Devin Booker has been stepping it up a lot lately. And like I said, Chris Paul, just off of his impact, deserves to be in the MVP race. The team is the 2nd seed. I don't know if you understood. The Suns are a 2nd seed. Monty Williams definitely is in the Coaching of the Year race. But like I said, they do have a great team to match up against the Nuggets. Jokic is gonna kill DeAndre Ayton. I know that for sure. But as far as like, I love the wings that they got. Mikal Bridges, I love Jake Crowder. Jake Crowder, I love him. No homo. But I love watching Jake Crowder play basketball. And you got Cam Johnson coming off the bench. And then you just got Chris Paul, bro. Chris Paul is a playoff player. Like, I guess, I mean, people's gonna say Chris Paul is not a winner because he hasn't won the championship, but like, still, bro, that dude is a winner. Look, everywhere he goes, they win. He went to the Thunder. They're not even supposed to make the playoffs, and they're fucking 5th seed in the playoffs. This team right here, they won 8 games in the bubble. Whoop-de-doo. But nobody expected him to be a 2 seed in the West. So, like, everywhere he goes, he wins. And then you got Devin Booker. A lot of people saying he never been in the playoffs yet, so you don't know how he's gonna look. Man, I don't give a damn, bro. Devin Booker not gonna be trash just because it's the playoff, bro. I don't know. He's not like that. So this team might match up well against the Nuggets. I don't know. Just off of like this Chris Paul impact, they might match up well. But I'm still taking the Nuggets, bro. Maybe I'm too high on the Nuggets. This is the thing what I love about the Nuggets, bro. Especially when it comes to playoff time. When it comes to playoff time, they have 2 MVPs. Even though Jokic is playing at the MVP level, this is his first year playing at the MVP level. But for the past 2 seasons, when they were in the playoff, Jokic has played at MVP level, especially last year. But like past 2 years, Jamal Murray has played at MVP level. Like they step up their game when it comes to the playoffs, and I love that. They're 2 young players to step up their game when it comes to the playoffs. I love that. And now I feel like they're so well rounded. You got Aaron Gordon to help out with the defense, help out spreading the floor, and he's able to play off ball. You see, like, him and Jokic, they already got that pick and roll game down. He's already been an amazing cutter for this team, and Jokic is automatically going to find him because Jokic is damn near not even the best big man passer in the league. He's probably the best passer in the league. But, yeah, then you got him. Then you look at the bench. I didn't even talk about Michael Porter Jr. and Will Barton yet. So forget their bench. You got them two. Michael Porter Jr., I'm telling y'all, bro. I already told y'all this. I already told y'all about Michael Porter Jr. But they not even using him the way I want him to use them. But, hey, I don't care. Dude's out there averaging 20 points off of just running off screens, cutting and shit, on his Klay Thompson shit. That's what Michael Porter Jr. can do, bro. He can literally do everything. They're not even letting him do some on-ball stuff. Even though he can do that, he doesn't get that much on-ball plays. You get Michael Porter Jr. on-ball plays, it's over. It's over. But the way they're running him right now, I love it. I love it. And his defense is definitely stepped up. And then you got another secondary playmaker with Will Barton who can also score at any given time. He's also one of the most underrated players in the league. And you go to the bench. You got veteran leadership on the bench and Paul Millsap. You got JaVale McGee, who I feel like is a very, very big pickup for them, especially when it comes to playoff time. Who else they got? Is there a fly in my house, bro? My fault. There's a fly in my house. What the hell? But yeah, they got JaVale McGee, they got Paul Millsap, you got PJ Dozier coming off the bench, a really good defender, a really decent player coming off the bench. Campazzo, he just looks like a veteran. He's 29 years old, been playing pro basketball for a long time, so he looks decent coming off the bench. But I just love this team, bro. I love this team, and then Mike Malone is a great coach. And like I said, when it comes to playoffs, they step up. That coming back from 3-1 twice last year was not a fluke, bro. It was not a fluke. They step up when it comes to the playoffs. And then adding Aaron Gordon, that's a big addition for this team. It's a perfect fit at the 4. I don't know if he's like a free agent this year. I think he's locked up for like 2 more years. But they got him. They got their young core locked up. Michael Porter Jr. is the only person that's not locked up. And that might be hard because you got Jokic making max money. Jamal Murray's making 28. I think Aaron Gordon's making 16. Paul Millsap's going to be gone. But Michael Porter Jr., I would not be surprised if a young team like the Charlotte Hornets or even the Knicks, like a young team just comes out of nowhere next year, not this upcoming year, but next year, and offers him $28+ million. Because they see his potential being way more than what he is doing on the Nuggets right now. And that's going to be kind of hard to match, but I feel like they can do it. If the Bucks are allowed to have $40 million, and $38 million, then they can definitely do that. But this Nuggets team, I feel like this Nuggets team is the best in the West right now. I definitely feel like the Clippers and the Suns, they got an argument. But if you was to ask me who coming out the West as of right now, I got the Nuggets. I just feel like they're so well ran, and they have 2 stars when it comes down to it. So, hey, let me know your opinion. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, you think I'm right. Like the video, subscribe. My mock draft video is going crazy. I don't know why. It's going crazy. I'm happy. I would like more subscribers, but like my mock draft video is going crazy. So, thank y'all for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Peace out.